So definitely it's my mother's kitchen. At back home, everybody have to meet in the evening for the dinner together. In the kitchen itself, we used to have a big dining table where all the family gathers together, chit chat over the table. Along with this, I still remember that kitchen used to be full of the homemade pickles, homemade murabbas, homemade papad, chips, what my mother and my grandmother used to make. Other than this, definitely I used to help my mother at the time of festivities like Diwali and Holi, and after helping her, she used to allow me to have a couple of them before the festival starts. Definitely it was never planned to become a chef. When I joined hotel school, when I started my first training at the kitchen of Chef Kunal Kumar, definitely it created quite a lot of interest in me, and which allowed me to pursue my career as a pastry chef, and from where I have taken my specialization as pastry and bakery in my hotel school, and post that, yeah, I am here now. Definitely it's dessert, because as a great chef has said, life is very uncertain, so eat dessert first. I like eating at home a lot, and my wife is a good cook as well. At any given time, I can eat at home whatever she prepares. I have a big sweet tooth, and I can eat Indian sweets at any given time. And one of my favorite is the Doda Barfi from a very famous shop in Delhi. Sometimes I use a cooling spray to freeze my small mini pastries at a time of urgency, so which typically helps a lot. I typically avoid the ready-made fruit fillings. They actually spoil the real flavor of the berries and fruits. I personally feel to use the fresh fruit as well as the frozen purees and the fruits. I am fortunate enough to work with quite a lot of good chefs. Among them, one of the Chef Kunal, and quite a lot of my career I have worked under him and along with him. So he is one of the very good food critic, which gives a very positive feedback about my creation and food. It's a place called Bobita Dhaba near Alsur Lake, Alsur Gurudwara, which is very famous for its food. Typically on weekends, on Sundays, you will not find a place to sit. It's very famous for its food because it's very pure. It's run by a family from Punjab, and they are here since quite a lot of years. We old friends from college and previous workplace reunite at Koshi's at Brigade Road. It's pretty nice to have there, sit there, enjoy the ambience, enjoy the breakfast over there. Weekend dinner is always with family, with my son, with my wife. Typically we relax at home. I love eating parathas. That's the day when I demand and eat all of them. I was at home with my son. He was 5 at the time. We were alone at home and killing time. So eventually he wanted to have something. He said, let's cook some Maggi. I don't know from where and how. So he remembers all the steps to cook a Maggi. And he instructed me to do that, vary everything step by step, make it together and enjoyed the meal. There are lots over the period where you interact with quite a lot of famous personalities who you stay with in your hotel. But out of all of them, I personally feel in my previous organization when I cooked for Mr. P.R.S. Oberoi, and he's a legend by himself, a hospitality legend, and he really appreciated food I prepared for him. Definitely it's my belief and I follow the chef Oriol Balaguer. He's a Spanish pastry chef, famous for its style of cooking, style of his food. In my previous organization, there was a big order for a bread roll, so I would say it's around 10,000 pieces. And eventually, after baking it, we realized there was no salt inside. So that was a big disaster, but definitely it was not funny that time. When I was in Hyderabad, there was a very famous food and travel writer who was staying with us. At the time of service, we realized that she is gluten, lactose, sugar, dairy intolerant, which is, I would say, is all together, and definitely it was a really difficult situation at that time to produce something for her. Eventually, I prepared a sugar-free chocolate fondant cake with a combination of a passion orange granita. If not chef, definitely I must be digging some mines of marble and getting fascinated by marble instead of a good marble cake. The popularity of very mini portion cakes and pastry, which is there in the vogue. Everybody don't want to take a big cake and want to have a very small bites and savor all of them instead of having one big one. So I like that concept of very mini petty desserts. It's pizza. I must have created it. It's a very popular thing which every single person likes it. You can play around with textures, you can play around with flavors, you can do any different toppings. And it's a very comfort food which all kind of people like it. There's a cake from our, which is at our offering as well at Delhi's. It's a combination of a dark chocolate mousse with a milk chocolate blondie. It's one of the dessert I have created and take proud of, because it's a very nice and simple dessert, but it's for the people who love chocolate a lot.